Hi everyone, and welcome back to Tales of Edeah. We are on episode 29. I think we're alone now, and we're going to dive right in. Oberon's Tower. The night is the 8th of April, year 51 of the New Era. It is the 22nd day since the Ashen Hearts arrived on Solarian Isle. The island has proven to be more than just a challenge, but at least one more time, this group of freelancers is allowed a night's rest. You have faced the soul of a crazed wizard, the tower's very own magical defenses, and now you rest to prepare for the biggest challenge of all, the expulsion of an entity, a thing, a horror, from the bowels of this very tower. Now, sleep has taken you, and you rest in the luxurious chambers of the guest house inside of the tower. The flying cat Felix is snuggled up with Barnack, and from another chamber comes a vague, unsettling red light of Napoleon's guard mode as he stands watch over his master Patrick. But the rest of you sleep alone in some of the most comfortable beds that you have perhaps ever had. Yet, all is not well. Now, to begin, I'm going to drag you one by one into the private channel, and you will have a dream. In the meantime, you guys can freely discuss maybe some late night planning that happened before you guys went to bed. You know, that 30 minutes of talking that we kind of skipped over last time. But first,
plan.
Tani, you're coming with me.
I.
All right. Hi. You can hear me clearly?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Tani. You find yourself standing on the edge of a cliff, and you are looking down a mountainside to a village several hundred meters below you, nestled in a valley. A dark shadow falls over you, and yet it feels natural, normal. To your left appears a head that is easily as large as a small barn, the head of a green dragon, sinuous and sleek, with large drooping white whiskers that drag across the ground as it comes into view and looks down upon that very same village. The voice that it speaks with, however, is one of which you know immediately that voice does not belong to this dragon, even though you cannot remember this dragon or its original voice. The one that does speak to you echoes. It is deeper than the vast expanse of the void, and it seems to reverberate through the very fabric of the earth and the air around you. It says, "Your dreams were small. Your heart was weak. Your cravings were petty. We will give you knowledge in ignorance, purpose in insignificance, an end to all beginnings. Let us free you, and all strands will be cut." The air hums dangerously, and the scene around you hangs still, though not frozen. The dragon still breathes, the air still rushes across your skin, and birds still fly in the sky. But whatever it is that spoke to you seems to be waiting for an answer to the implied question. Will you let it free you? What do you do?
What does it mean to free me? I reply. What would happen to me?
There is a brief pause, and as you look first down and then up, the sky seems to break open, and you see stars unfolding and then going out one by one. Boom, boom, boom. Peace. It does not give you any clearer answer than that.
Okay, this voice, this thing sounds familiar to me, but at the same time I don't know, right?
It may seem familiar, but it is also more menacing and it somehow feels larger than anything you've ever faced before.
Okay. This isn't something that happened in my past, right? This is really happening? Who are you?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, a 22.
Okay. The sky continues to break open, stars appearing and then plinking out of existence until only blackness surrounds you. And it is pushing down on you, something that wants this. And it pushes until there's only you, little you, before an immensity that you can scarcely imagine. And then suddenly you wake in the morning with beads of sweat on your face. And that's it. And now I'll go back to the main channel, keeping these brief.
Wow, okay.
Hi Milosh, you're mine now.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just drag you out. Alright.
Hold on. I'll just pin you so that I can only see you. There.
Sure. Alright. Barnack. You dream of a great storm that rages around you, and you are feverishly working in a small fishing boat to clear out water, keep it from capsizing, and managing the little bit of sail that you dare to have open in this extreme wind and weather. Several times you're almost flung over the edge of the boat, but you manage to hold on, stay in the boat, and steer it towards your destination, because you are going somewhere. Up ahead, lightning flashes, and you see the outline of a familiar ship, your grandfather's ship. You adjust the sail slightly, and you try to get closer, fighting with the waves. But when you finally manage to get close enough, your heart sinks, and you know that you are too late once again. A pair of figures emerges onto the deck that you can barely see, yet you know them for who they are. Freelancers, standing amidst the dead on the deck, eerily steady in the rising storm around you. Lightning flashes again, and in that instant, a voice rumbles into your consciousness. For a moment, you wonder, you might even think that it might be Magni, but this voice is deeper, darker, and more menacing. This is the voice that you've heard once before, when it whispered to you dark promises that made no sense. It says to you, "Your attachments are futile. Your hopes were slim. Your loss was meaningless. We will give you time in place of loss, belonging in place of loneliness, an end to all beginnings. Let us free you. Let us right the wrongs of being." And the air seems to grow still. The scene around you, the waves still churning, the wind still blowing, but you have a momentary peace. And whatever it is that spoke to you, however nonsensical it might seem, it seems to be waiting for an answer to the implied question, whether you will let it set you free. What do you do?
And this is the voice that I heard while in the engine room.
Yes, and I believe once more when you were in the orb.
Right. The one that I was very afraid of, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and even now, with your extra-natural senses, you are aware of that foreboding presence, that being that makes no sense, just hovering at the edge of your perception, like that feeling of being watched when there's no one watching. It's that, but multiplied 1,000-fold.
How inherently menacing or evil does it sound?
Menacing, very. Evil is a concept that as it is talking to you, you perhaps gain a modicum of insight into the fact that does not view things in terms of good or evil. It is something that exists so far outside of your reality that it doesn't abide by those concepts to begin with.
Okay.
Now you get the impression that whatever time you have here is short, and it is pressing down upon you. It wants to know.
My losses are meaningless, you say? Well, they are the things that made me who I am. So fuck off with your whatever it is.
Make a wisdom
Find my
saving
own
throw.
way. When Tani did it, I told the other ones, I will fail that one. Okay, maybe not, but let me see. I don't remember what my wisdom save is because I think it's +2.
Yeah,
but
you have +2.
just check. Then it's 19 in total.
Okay.
Yes, 19 in total.
For but a moment, still soaked, still the storm raging around you, it seems to grow in intensity. But where previously you had immensely dark clouds overhead, they split apart to give way to a nothingness, the size and immensity of which is so overwhelming it threatens to consume you right then, right there, until it is only little you standing before eternity. And then you wake up with a bead of sweat on your forehead and a dream in the back of your mind. And I will take you back.
And I'll whisper under my breath, yeah, you can fuck off.
Alright? Hi, Chansey. It's me.
Hi. I hate it.
I'm just stealing you guys.
Steal people- yeah. Steal away.
I wasn't planning on doing it like this, but it's more fun this way. I feel like it's more scary still. Okay.
Terrible. I hate it.
Well, whichever the case may be, here we go. Myra, in your dream, you struggle, and swiftly a panic sets in when you awaken in the dream and you feel the all too familiar embrace of the restraints that they placed upon you in the Orisi prison complex. You look to your left and you see there your friend Kieran, also restrained, tears on his face from a recent treatment, and the pain in your own shoulder is dull and distant, but it thumps away at you with every heartbeat that you have. On the other side of you, there stands a pair of people in similar black outfits, with notebooks in their hands, and they quietly discuss with one another. Their features are unfamiliar. So much of the details here are unfamiliar, but still you know what is coming when one of them nods to the other and approaches you. Their hands go to the table beside you, where a number of surgical implements and alien-looking metal objects are located. They smile at you. They smile that hated smile when they try to reassure you that everything will be fine and asking you to stay calm. But the words don't come. They speak to you, but a different voice echoes through everything around you. A deep voice that doesn't come from them, but rather it reverberates through everything around you and through your very being. And that voice says to you, your fears were nothing. Your bonds were fleeting. Your pain was a drop in the ocean. We will give you control over helplessness. We will give you strength over fear. We will give you an end to all beginnings. Let us free you. Let us find painless nothing. And as the air around you hums dangerously, the person beside you with a scalpel in hand stands still breathing, still seemingly aware. It's not time frozen, but something pauses, and you get the impression that whatever it is that spoke to you appears to be waiting for an answer to the implied question, will you let it set you free? You get the impression that you do not have much time here, as whatever it is that is posing this question to you is lurking just around the corner just below the bed, just outside of your sight. But it's coming closer, and it's pushing down on you. What do you do? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Fuck. Fuck. Can I do like a quick insight check on it?
Sure. You can make an insight check on the cosmic entity.
I think that's an unnatural 20. I forget what my modifier for insight is. I think it's an 8. Yeah, it's an unnatural 20.
Okay. What specifically are you trying to discern with this insight?
Whether or not it's... I think I'm trying to figure out whether or not it's something my deity would say or something else.
It is certainly not the Morning Lord. The feeling, and especially as you focus on it and you try to discern what you are feeling and try to put yourself a little aside from your emotions and from what you're experiencing, you get a glimpse, just a glimpse of something that to your mind seems enormous and menacing. It is an endless darkness that is watching you and waiting, and it wants an answer.
Myra's gonna ignore it and push through whatever she's hearing, and...
Okay. As you do so, please make a wisdom saving throw.
I'm gonna use my inspiration that I have.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot better. 23.
Okay. Everything around you begins to fall away like pieces of a model structure that just break off and disappear until it's just you, little you, strapped to that chair before eternity. And it's looking at you, and it wants something from you. But you hold fast. In one moment you blink, and the next moment you're awake in your bed with a bead of sweat on your forehead and a dream in the back of your mind. Moving on to Nicola.
Kidnapping people with terrible dreams.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
It's me. Did you miss
It's
me?
you. Yes, you are the doctor of people.
All right. Jean-Jacques. In your dream, you find yourself walking into a crypt, a familiar crypt. The vision around you changing as you advance abnormally quickly in the manner of a dream. One moment you're just inside, the next you're rifling through belongings of the dead, and a moment later you stand before the ghostly image that entrusted you with a sacred duty. Except that ghost is not the one that you remember. It is another. It is her. It is the one you lost. It's the one you killed? No, that can't be right. But it is her. She smiles at you and steps closer, almost close enough to touch, if her translucent skin didn't promise that you would touch nothing but air if you tried. She speaks to you, and for a moment, you know you are about to hear her voice again, speaking fondly, perhaps even bringing forgiveness. But the voice that suddenly shatters your eardrums doesn't come from her mouth, and it does not line up with whatever words she may be mouthing to you. It comes from the very foundations of the earth around you, from the air itself, and from within you. And that voice says, "Your lives were short. Your grievances were pathetic. Your attachments were mundane. We will give you love instead of grief, eternity instead of transience. an end to all beginnings. Let us free you. Let us end the endless divergence. And the air hangs still. Before you, she is still talking, still no words coming out, looking at you as if nothing had changed. But you know that whatever has spoken to you is waiting for an answer, hanging just beyond your perception, its immensity pressing down upon you and waiting for an answer to the implied question, will you let it set you free? What do you do?
Still watching the spirit in front of him. I think JJ sort of like raises a hand as if to like caress her face, but stops himself like before he does it. And then he says to the air in front of him, he says, you will give nothing to me. I will take from you this grasp you hold and shove you back from whence you came. This world is ours already. There is nothing in it for you to give.
Okay. As you speak those words, the whole world around you seems to fall away, except in a small bubble, specifically around yourself, perhaps 15 feet in radius. The ghost remains. Still no sound comes from her. She doesn't seem to notice anything that's going on. But outside of your bubble of reality, you see a churning nothingness that is clawing and grasping, wanting to come at you and not able to. And you see that it's almost as if it's something grasping at glass, trying to break through, just not being able to get a hold of it. And you know instinctively that this is the pocket watch protecting you. And you awaken a moment later, well rested, not too stressed out, but nonetheless aware that this thing is very, very close.
Do I need to roll my D100 for the pocket watch?
No,
Okay.
no. I'm going to take us back, and then we'll be good.
Nice.
Hi. Hi,
It's
everyone.
always nice. That's nice.
Welcome back.
Yes,
Welcome
thank
back.
you. Let me
Not
turn you guys
people
up
the
a
horrible
bit.
dreams.
It's worse than JJ's mother, I'll tell you that.
Oh god, that's pretty bad. And I've never met JJ's mother.
It's in one of the old episodes. You can watch it. It's fun.
I think I actually remember vaguely seeing him talk to her.
Yeah. Okay, so you all awaken in the morning. Let me actually grab... I have something for this. You all awaken in the morning, and you find another lavish breakfast has been summoned to the table in the common room. There's also a fairly large amount of items that have been deposited on a nearby coffee table, which includes, and I'll give you the list on Discord in a moment as well, but you see multiple healing potions, 3 large diamonds, easily worth 500-600 guilders each, small containers with some kind of oil inside, multiple spell scrolls laid out, and a note from Oberon, which indicates that especially Barnack's other requests were impossible to manage, but they can discuss maps, data cores, and anything else once the work is complete.
No arrows, though. Shit.
No arrows. But keep in mind that your bow makes your arrows magic.
Oh. Okay, then no
That's
arrows
how,
is fine.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
how magic bows work. Can I... it always posts a freaking screenshot from OneNote. Anyway. There we go. So those are the items that you find. You also find, of course, Napoleon and Patrick already sitting at the table, with Patrick eating. And he was in the process of talking to Napoleon, kind of just seemingly out of habit, you would say almost. But he stops when you arrive. And he looks up and he nods. So,
Well,
the floor is yours, essentially. Whenever you're ready, you can summon Oberon, and you can set out for the chamber and engage in the day's activities.
Okay.
Take the diamond.
Using spell scrolls,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be of a class that it has
Yes.
the ability to cast spells? And then do you need to like roll
Yes, I think so. So let me see.
if it's above? I can also
I don't
Google
know.
while you do other things.
No, I'm pretty sure there's some rules there. You're right, I should look this up. Spell scroll, blah, blah, blah. If the spell's on your class's spell list, but higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to determine whether you can cast it. The DC is 10 plus the spell's level.
If it's on the spell classes spell list.
Yeah. They are all wizard spells, as far as I know.
Yeah, I'm just thinking for Misty Step, for example.
Yeah. But there's, sorry, I forgot to add this, but there's also materials to copy spells. So all the ones that you can use, you can copy into your spell book instead.
Yeah.
If you want to take the time.
Yeah, it takes a very long time.
Oh, really? I
So
thought it was an
that's why-
hour per spell level.
No,
or something.
it's 2 hours
Oh.
per spell level. I
Yikes.
checked it the other day, so...
Yeah. So yeah,
Maybe double check.
regardless, those are the spells that you have been entrusted with. You don't know if he intended for you to use all of them. It's more that, you know, he seems to have provided some options for you, and
Yeah,
you can make
provided
with them
what
what you
he could.
will.
yeah. Just double check that, but I'm pretty sure I checked and it was 2 hours per level.
It is.
So,
Patrick,
yes.
you should grab one of these greater healing potions.
Very well. He goes.
Have one.
He comes over and he accepts whatever you offer him.
Yeah, that one's for you. Jean-Jacques, Myra, can you both use these spell scrolls, or should...
I don't think I can.
Yeah, I think it's only me.
Can you use all of them?
Yes, so though some might be a little bit more difficult to use, but I can.
Okay. Okay. Spell scrolls are yours then. As for other potions of healing, one for Patrick, 4 for us at least.
I'm sorry. What are you giving me?
You already took the
Oh.
the potion, and I'll turn to everyone and say, should we give a potion to the asshole? He's
I'm
powerful
assuming he
enough.
took some for himself already.
Yeah, probably.
Not the kind to just be altruistic and take care of us instead without taking care of himself.
Yes.
I would like to take one of those superiors.
Yeah. Superior are potions for those that are gonna get hit. So, Tani, Myra, and you, JJ, you take the big ones. Diamonds are also for you, Myra.
Yeah, I took those already.
And we have 3 more potions of greater healing. 3 potions of greater healing. I'll take 1.
Why don't you take 2 and then
I'll take
Patrick
2.
1?
Yeah, I'll take 2. Well, no. Yeah, and then Patrick can have 2 as well. for himself. Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And if I'll turn around and say, and if you, Felix, need healing, then just grab one of my potions from my bag.
Okay.
And
I'm
oil
gonna-
of sharp.
Sorry, Barnack, I'm going to give you access to Felix's character sheet, so you can manage him. He'll go on your initiative.
Okay. Oil of sharpness. Who uses? You use blades now, correct?
I do.
Jean-Jacques. Okay, you get at least 1. It's for an hour, for you. And Tani, you hit things with your fists, so no real slashing there. Myra, you also don't have slashing.
No. Bludgeoning.
You have a mace. Okay,
And-
so
Is it just for slashing? Do you not?
slashing and piercing. So I'll take 1 at least for 5 arrows. And well, I can take 2 for 10 arrows then, at least.
Yeah.
That's going to be a few seconds of combat. I can fire arrows pretty quickly though. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll take 2 then. Okay. Oh, wow. Nothing. I just saw Felix's character sheet. Felix, I'll look up at him. Felix, you should maybe stay out of just harm's way.
I can help.
Yeah, but just don't get squashed. Okay?
I'm very quick, trust me.
Okay, good.
I used to know a flying dog, and I'm still here. So it's all good. And he lands beside you, and he just kind of, does the cat thing of walking between your legs and giving, or demanding scritches, rather.
Opened the wrong sheet. Damn it.
Oh, sheet.
Sheet. Okay, there we go.
I know that was terrible. So,
Okay. That's it then. I'll take 2 potions, 2 all of sharpness. Patrick, you take 2 potions as well. What
2
kind
of the
weapon
greater
do you-
ones.
Yes. What kind of weapon does he do?
He has his magical battle axe.
Magical battle axe. That's actually a good thing for that potion, for one of those oils. We'll see if it's better for you to use it or me. So they'll still stay with me for now.
Okay.
And I guess that's it.
I didn't discuss this last night. My emboldening bond. How should we split that? I can do 3 people.
Right. Tani, JJ, and you. You should be pretty close to each other. Actually, Patrick, you could also fight pretty close to those.
Well,
And you seem pretty sturdy as well.
yeah. Tanya and I will be moving, or can move very fast. So I was thinking that once we get into the, what was it? Not the control chamber, but the other one, the main conduit chamber. If you set up next to the switch while we clear the room, Patrick and Myra can protect you, and Tanya and I can sort of move in and out of the fray to try and capture the other 2 along with the golems. Because I'm sure not everybody will focus on the 2 of us, and even if they do, then Patrick and Myra are free to, engage but still keep a perimeter while you can safely pick off all the enemies from a distance. Because that's going to be very important, I think, overall. And then they can protect you if anybody closes in.
True, but there's also, remember that Myra, your ability gives you the option to also just get into someone's way, or rather, in other words, teleport to them, right? If that's the case, then at least one of you should have it, so that we could quickly move in and out as well if something bad happens. So at least one of you should have it. I don't think I'll need the emboldening bond. I'll be in the middle of 2 of them protecting me.
Right.
So maybe then Myra, Patrick, and one of you.
Make a townie then. I'll be very fast.
Tani it is.
Hard to hit.
Okay. I'll do that in Spirit Guardians right before we go in.
Good. What else did we want to do? Tani, your tattoo, it works today. You can use it again.
Only for 1 minute.
And we have several battles, one after the other.
We should try and keep our most powerful abilities until the later battle.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, we're in dire circumstances and need to, but
Yes.
only as the last resort.
Let me check something.
How much longer do you think we can postpone this?
Well,
Not very much.
not very much indeed. One thing we did discuss last time was, and we started discussing it, was the sun drop. So we don't use it unless you absolutely think you are going to die. And remember, only use one dosage. Any more than that could result in catastrophic failure.
Yes, using them at all is going to be dangerous.
Yeah.
But even if that is the case, let's say that, I don't know, last moments, one of us is up, the rest are down.
Yeah.
Might as well go out with a bang.
Okay. Okay, that's it then. Before we do anything, I have a question for DM because I conveniently forgot to ask you something during the week, even though I should have, and I wrote it down but didn't ask you. What about my poison that I had from spider drakes and or matriarch spider? Since I didn't ask you, are they all in vials at least?
As far as I know, you captured them in old potion vials, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, that should be good enough then.
Yeah.
Okay.
As for the effects, I don't know if you can look them up.
Yeah, I remember the spider one.
If you can look up the spider drake, essentially the additional damage on their stat block from the poison is the one that you can add from the bite, and it's the same for the spider matriarch.
Okay.
Face spider matriarch. So it's 2d6 for the spider
2d6
drake.
for the spider drake, yeah.
And it's let me see. Is this the one I used? Actually, I might have improvised the matriarch, in which case I'll give you the number. Oh, here we go. The matriarch had paralyzing stinger. Oh yeah, the matriarch's poison does no damage, but rather it has a DC of 14 Constitution saving throw, or it drops the target unconscious immediately.
Right. That one's going to be my secret weapon in the end.
Okay.
If nothing else works, I'll shoot myself with an arrow.
Just like pulls out an arrow and just stabs himself in the stomach.
I do believe that Barnack, you spent some time poisoning your arrows last session.
I did.
You do have them applied. Just make sure that you have proper inventory of how many you have of each, and then when you use them, to mark them off so that we have.
Okay. And what did you say? One vial is for 5, right?
Yes, we'll use the same logic as the oil of sharpness.
Okay, good, because I have 1 vial of spider drake, so it's only 5 arrows. But I also have 2 vials of matriarch mandible.
Yeah, no, I think if I recall, I had some other intentions for the matriarch because of how potent it is, and I remember that you had trouble extracting it.
No, I had trouble with normal spider poison. I only have 1 half full vial, but matriarch was that's why I got 2. That one I rolled really well. Yeah, you can say 2 arrows, doesn't matter.
No. I'm just thinking probably more like 3 arrows per vial, just because of vial is also like this instead of the
I'll write it down.
Oil that you have.
I'll just write it down here immediately.
Yeah.
So
good.
6 arrows.
Good questions.
Matriarch. DC 14. Okay, perfect.
So, what will it be?
Funny. AJ? Myra?
Are you gonna give us a rousing speech, O Lich King?
Oh no. I don't believe I actually can do that in this situation. I was just going to ask, are you guys ready?
Not really, but let's do it anyways.
Yeah.
It's been both a pleasure and an honor.
Kind
And
of
even
sounds
more
like you're
than
planning
that.
on dying, Patrick says.
Well, I've learned it's best to say
No.
peace.
And he stands up and he just kind of like pushes himself up and he just looks around at everyone and he says, I have a wife, I don't know, and I'm going to see her again, and you're going to get me back there. So, none of this nonsense. We're going to succeed, do whatever needs to be done, and walk out of here alive. And that's what we're going to do, alright? I don't want anything else.
I think
Good.
you give a better speech than JJ.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'll smile and say, that was actually pretty aristocratic of you, that speech. So maybe
That's,
something's coming back.
Actually a huge insult, but
I was
Okay.
gonna say, Barnick, that's really insulting after
Why?
he did such a good job.
because
Why?
in
And
Postitia,
I-
you guys literally rebelled against aristocracy and
Yeah, well, he
murdered
says-
them.
Yeah, Barnack realized and said, well, I mean, just people in, like, you know, those that
I
understand
understood what you
politics.
meant. Thank you.
Maybe leaderly?
leaderly, yes.
Inspirational?
Inspirational, yes. Yes.
JJ just chuckles.
He also just kind of smiles awkwardly, and you can see that the mannerisms are that of a much younger person who legitimately just wanted to say, like, he's not up here for pessimism. But he nods. All right, well then, let's go and not kill
Ourselves.
whatever this thing is.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Good. And as he steps out from behind the table, Napoleon actually comes wandering up behind him as well, and they both just kind of stand at the ready to go. But I don't know if you guys are.
Ready.
Yep. Just right before we head into the hallway, like teleport, do emboldening bond on me, Patrick, and Honey,
Okay.
and then Spirit Guardians right after.
Okay, so we'll cue that up for when you're as close as you feel
Yeah.
comfortable with. That sounds good. Okay.
I'll immediately just coat, like, all of the arrows that I have with Spider Drake poison.
Well, no, we
I
said you
have-
did that last time, right? Like-
Oh, you mean I already? Yeah, right.
Because it takes like several minutes to do, so
Yes.
otherwise it'd be like, let's go, hold on, and then you
Yeah.
sit there for several minutes.
Slowly starts manipulating it so he doesn't poison himself.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
no, but you did so carefully before you went to bed, even. So, however many you have written down, you have them done,
Yeah.
and you are ready to go. Okay, so you head towards a teleporter, and you are teleported first into the Nexus, the room that you know, which has actually been restored for the most part. Like, at least the destroyed furniture has been removed. There is a simple sofa once again in the center, and upon it is sitting one Danos, at least in body, and Oberon in mind. And he looks up from a book that he was reading very casually, almost like he was sitting in the waiting room for a dentist. And he looks up and he closes it, and you can see he's got all sorts of supplies on a belt around his waist. He's got fine robes on that probably all belong to Danos at one point or another. But he does have in his hands a rather old and worn-looking spellbook, which he seems to have either found Danos' spellbook or he has retrieved his own from somewhere. But regardless, he looks over all of you. Alright. You all prepared?
Sword comes out.
Good. He does so, and another teleport activates, and 4 enormous golems teleport in, one after the other, stepping to the side. And he points at each, and points at one of you, and each of you gets control of your golem. And they come stand beside you, easily twice as tall and broad as each of you are. But they are quite monstrous creatures. And they look worn as well. You can tell that these have been through combat before and that they've just been repaired to the state that, you know, they can manage again. But those are assigned to you. And then he gestures for another teleporter pad, and he says, well, after you. Who wants to go first? Just for story-wise. Not that you're diving straight into a murder hole. But
I will.
Okay.
I'll go after JJ.
All right, so JJ, Tani, and then
Myra.
following is Myra with her golem, and then Barnack with his, Patrick and Napoleon, and then finally Oberon follow through, along with Felix as well, of course. And you are brought to a new location, or rather an old and familiar location. As you are... I'm trying to get you to the right place, but... Here we go. There we go. So, your golems have actually moved a little bit. If I'm right, you can all see the names, and you can identify which one's yours. Please try moving them to make sure that you can also have control of them properly. Woohoo. Cool. So, one by one, you teleport into the area, and once again, the hallways on each side, they grow darker. They do have lights in them, but they grow darker as it gets further away. And then the hallway right up ahead, from which you faced the most immediate danger last time, you see that there's now there's small figures that are kind of crawling back and forth. They haven't responded to your teleportation yet, but as all of you come into view, they do spring into action. And the first opponents that you face arrive. So, we'll go straight into combat. I would like you to roll initiative. You guys only have to roll initiative for your characters, by the way. The golem's already in there, and if I'm correct, so are the creatures. Yes.
Milosh, I don't know if it's a bug on my screen or something, but your okay, never mind. Hit points are back up.
What happened?
Yeah, your hit points were down.
Oh yeah, they were because I forgot to get them back. Do we use the...
Yeah, click on your token and roll initiative, because we have the initiative tracker now. I have everything set up so we can track it properly, because it's too many things to write down.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I didn't. I should roll for Patrick, right?
Yes, please. You have control of Patrick. And I will
I'll
roll...
get inspiration point to reroll. 7 is not great
That's up
for
to
this
you.
moment.
That's completely up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Come on. I rolled in real life, Kevin.
Okay. Just make sure you add it to the initiative tracker.
I did.
I don't see.
I rolled on my team.
God damn it!
Then you have to open it, Milosh.
There it is. No. It was something else.
I was trying to roll initiative for Patrick, and I was wanting to be like super honest because I rolled on roll 20, got a natural 20, but I was like, I meant to roll in real life. This was just to trigger it.
Yeah.
Then I roll a 1.
Oh, that's unlucky. That is very unlucky.
Natural 20 in real life.
Nice. So Myra's in, Milosh is in, Barnack is in, Tani is in, Jean-Jacques is in, and Patrick is in.
Napoleon's also on initiative count for Patrick, right?
Yes, Napoleon can go on Patrick's, just to keep it a little simpler. So here we go. Patrick is the very last.
Yep.
Okay. Oberon is the first one who springs into action, which is interesting because apparently I rolled really high for him as well. Oh yeah, I rolled a natural 20 for him. Whoopsie. So Oberon is going to immediately step to the side. Yeah, he will just cast his firebolt. He's not going to expend any power, so he moves up there, and he's going to firebolt the first target he sees for 22. And deals 21 fire damage. So he incinerates one of the smaller creatures that are just kind of waiting outside, and then he actually kind of squeezes past Myra and Patrick to get to the back because he's not interested in being in the front.
Kevin, can I add a aura to my character?
Add a what?
An aura for Spirit Guardians.
Sure.
Okay.
1 second. It's 15 feet, right?
I believe so, yes. I mean, I could have done it. I just wanted to make sure it was okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. So, as the round moves on, this fella over here immediately comes rushing up the wall, up the side of the wall, and you recall now how they moved so unnaturally. They just kind of jump up on the side and immediately come rushing towards the party with their 40-foot climb speed. Now with 40 feet, it gets to about there. So as it climbs up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it kind of hangs here, and it's going to take a hide action for. Does anyone have a passive perception of 17 or higher?
I might. Passive perception 17 or higher? No.
Okay. Myra's the only one who possibly could, I think.
Yeah, I have a 15. I'm not proficient in perception, or I would have.
Okay. Then this one just kind of, as it's crawling up the wall and starts rushing towards you guys, it just suddenly disappears into the shadows. Barnack, you're next.
Okay. I will just move a bit and shoot at the first one in front of me that I see.
Okay.
I could probably move here to actually see it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have sharpshooter, right? So
yeah.
you just kind of lean out besides the 2 golems that have moved up ahead of you guys, and you can line up a shot.
That is 15. Not a good roll.
15. 15 does hit one of the smaller creatures, however.
Okay, so that is. I will re-roll it as a piercer. It's a 1. That's a 6. Okay, so 6 plus 14 is 20 damage for the first shot.
Okay, 20 damage. So with your first shot, you just obliterate the kind of malformed side of the face of one of these creatures, and blast it away easily.
Yeah, I'll
enough.
duck and just shoot at the other one.
Okay.
That's much better. That's 22.
22 also hits.
And that's 21 damage now.
21. So with the second shot, you obliterate another one.
And I'll just immediately go back.
And for both of them, as the arrow impacts, it just shatters, part of the face, and the sort of glassy crystalline structure just sprays backwards and then falls to the ground, and it just kind of collapses like a glass statue rather than an actual creature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the end of your turn.
That's the end of my turn. I just run back a bit.
Okay, then we come to Tani's golem. What would you like your golem
Is it
to
supposed
do?
to go on the same initiative as Tani, or did I misunderstand?
No, they have their own initiative, but you
I
can
didn't
command
roll
them
for mine.
essentially. No, you don't have to.
Okay.
They're all in there. Look at the initiative tracker. They're all
Apologies.
in there.
Yep.
It's all good.
Sorry.
I have prepared for this. I
just misunderstood what you... Yeah.
No, it's all good. But yeah, essentially, you guys have a telepathic connection. I should have mentioned, actually. I forgot to mention.
Yeah,
But you have a telepathic connection, so you can command them on their turn. So, Tani, what would you like your golem to do? He's got a bit of a tight squeeze past the other one, but they can move so that they can actually get past each other.
I think for this round at least, since the creatures are so far behind, it'll hold its action and stay there, stand watch.
Okay, what is it holding specifically? Like you
Slams,
have to...
in
Okay,
case.
so you're holding a
Basically.
slam attack. Okay, very good. Myra, what is your golem going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold a slam attack in case anything comes up.
Okay. Okay, very good. So both golems just kind of in a holding pattern on the left and to the front. Myra, you yourself are right after your golem.
Kevin, I'm missing Napoleon's token. Just as
My bad. Napoleon, where are you, buddy? Go ahead, Myra.
Sacred Flame.
Okay.
The dexterity save.
So that will be a dexterity save in the amount of 1. So that hits. Go ahead.
Oh, sweet, sweet. There's my other D8. Ooh, that's nice. 17 points of radiant damage.
17 points. Wow, that's incredible. So as you call a sacred flame, you pray to the Morning Lord, and immediately this rather weak-looking flame, much weaker than you're used to, does come into existence and bursts down. And thankfully you manage to focus just at the last moment and get it to exert its full power and obliterate one more of these creatures. Very nice.
And then to keep on pulling the wrong sheet. Yeah, use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay,
30 feet in front of me.
that works.
Yeah. Right
Okay.
for these guys.
Okay, I'm just going to make a circle.
Actually, I'm going to move up 5 feet, so it'll be here.
Okay,
It'll be slightly closer.
and just make this your... Okay, good. So, you call down the Sacred Flame, summon the weapon into existence just at the ready, and move up a little bit, and then you're done.
Yep.
Moving on to the next person is going to... Wait, did I just skip someone? Yes, I did. This one is going to also rush up. Same thing, rushes up the other wall and is going to attempt to hide. Likewise. And this one, yeah, definitely disappears into the shadows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see it roughly head in that direction and then just disappear up on the wall, like skittering across the ceiling. You just hear this like tick, 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 before it disappears into the darkness. There's still enough shadow that they're able to hide inside of it, essentially. Okay. Then, hold on, I have to check one thing. Okay, Jean-Jacques, you're next.
I will... Seeing those two move up and then disappear, I'm just kind of wary, so I'll just move up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I will shoot at this one with a firebolt.
Okay, go ahead.
This is... Okay, 14.
14 does hit the little ones.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
They are not hard to hit. They're just very like spiky, and they probably are very dangerous when they get close. Yeah. But they were not expecting your arrival.
10 points of damage. Fire.
10. Okay, so this one, it impacts, and part of the glassy crystal just begins to melt in its chest, and it kind of looks at it, and it tries to let out a howl, but it's just kind of like sound as if it's in pain, and then it remains standing, but it has been damaged.
Okay. I will also activate Blade Song with
Okay.
my bonus action.
Okay, bonus action Blade Song. So keep track of the number of turns that anything that you have that takes a certain amount of time. Please keep track of the amount of turns that pass.
Yep.
Good thing I have nothing of the sorts.
Would you like to move, JJ?
I will stay where I am, because the only way I could move ahead of these, I'd be like very much ahead. But I will say to the rest, we gotta get moving inside. We'll be stuck here if we stay. That's
okay.
it.
So JJ's words urge you onwards, and then your golem is also free to move.
Could I like move it here, I guess?
Yes, it can squeeze past just about. Like it's just because the grid aligns a bit poorly on the wall, but that's fine.
Yeah. I'm preparing my battering ram.
Okay.
So I'll move it over there, and actually, because I'll move it there, and then I'll dash up to this creature.
Okay. Okay, so it moves up and dashes, and then as it begins to move more quickly, immediately you just hear the heavy footfalls, and the whole hallway seems to almost shake a little bit with its weight. These things weigh tons. Okay, very good. Then we get to... Okay. So, from a direction you did not expect, leaping suddenly is a creature at Oberon. It will take its saving throw against your Spirit Guardians, as it suddenly jumps out of the shadows into the light and straight at Oberon. Its saving throw it's a wisdom save, right?
Here, wisdom, yes.
It's a 14 to save, so it fails, correct?
Yep.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
7 plus 6. 13?
13 points of damage. Okay,
Yep.
and it is at half speed. Okay, so it leaps in, but undeterred by the assault of your spiritual guardians upon it, it unleashes its attacks on Oberon.
Is Napoleon next to Oberon?
Oh, I didn't place the token. Hold on.
Yeah. It just depends on, like, is he to
So
the right
Napoleon,
of Patrick or to the left of Patrick?
He would have had to be to the right. I did place him. I placed him on the fucking GM layer. But I placed him here, unfortunately, but that wouldn't be right because Oberon was standing there, so he would have been here.
Yeah. So Napoleon will use his reaction and impose disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature it can see that is within
Okay.
5
It
feet.
imposes it on one attack roll.
It says an attack on the attack roll, so I'm assuming of one of them.
Yeah, okay, good.
Otherwise, yeah.
Good to know, good to know. One moment, let me grab some dice. Where's the other one? Hello. There we go. Okay, so first one with disadvantage is going to be a 17 to hit, which does hit. So that's one hit. It's unleashing all 6 of its attacks. So it's going to attack again. That is a 16 also hit. So 2 hits, 3 hits, 1 miss, 4 hits, and the last one is also a miss. So 4 hits against Oberon. It seems to have been particularly attracted to, you know, his natural power, kind of the magic, the sort of magnetism you all have felt from powerful magic users anyway. But it's like catnip to these creatures. So it will make its so it does not have advantage, so it's just 2d6 4 times. 5 and 15. 15 is 21, and then 21. 30 points of damage to Oberon. Okay. Very good. Then following that turn, that one is gone, is going to be the other guru that is still in the hallway. It's going to come rushing up towards the golem and take its attack against your golem, Jean-Jacques.
Yep.
It will make its attack that's a 9 to hit, so that's you just hear scraping of the crystalline structure against the metal, and it's trying to claw at the metal plating, but it's unable to get through at this point. Then from the left side, leaping out of not nowhere, Barnack and Myra, you actually become aware of this creature before it fully arrives, and it leaps essentially here. So Myra, your golem was holding. You can take a attack, the held attack, the held slam attack against this one, as it leaps at Barnack.
Oh, sweet.
Barnack, you saw maybe from 15 feet away, just this creature suddenly rushing down like a rabid dog down the side of the wall, as if it was the floor. Coming at you.
21 to hit.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
I didn't realize they had such high to hit.
They are powerful things.
10. Another 10, so 27 points of bludgeoning damage.
So as it arrives, almost immediately the golem just turns on the spot, doesn't even move the legs, just turns the upper body and pistons the fist forward, and it just, as it lands, it tries to claw at Barnack and first just gets smashed into the wall. But to your dismay, as the fist pulls back, the creature, this one made of that more rugged, leathery horridness, is still up on its feet, and it will take all 6 of its attacks against you, Barnack.
Mhm.
So the first one is a 9 to hit, so that one hit. That's cocked. That is a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Misses, so 2 misses. Wow. That's a 10 to hit, 3 misses. That's cocked. It was a 17 and it's cocked. What the fuck? 11 to hit. 4 misses.
Yes. The Ledge King.
5 misses. This is
King.
no. This is freaking Beluga's dice box. It's just cursed.
It's because it's a no bonus.
And an actual 1 on the final attack. So I'm going to rule this as following. The blow from the golem has dazed the creature so much, it takes, almost like it's drunk, it takes all 6 of its attacks, but you manage to actually dodge out of it. It makes you look incredibly cool, but actually the creature's just being quite slow compared to how it could normally probably attack. Well, fucking hell. That happened.
Very good. Very good.
Barnack, your golem. What would you like your golem to do?
My golem cannot really move through us. So
Yeah, that would be a bit difficult.
it cannot also get like next to JJ's golem, right? Yeah.
It can't get next to. Like, I will say you can move past each other, but you can't get next to. But you could get behind it. Not
Yeah,
that would
well-
necessarily grant you much. To
Yeah.
do.
Well, it will still move a bit because we need to move, and then just while it's there, it will just hold an action for a slam attack if something jumps out of the shadow. There.
Okay, sounds good. Then these are down. Tani, it is your turn.
Okay, so this creature is still here, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is standing beside Myra, Napoleon, and Oberon.
Because Oberon is important, I'll
Unfortunately.
move to here and attempt a stunning strike with a punch.
Okay.
So here's the. Okay, so 23 does hit. I think,
Yes, 23 does hit, yes.
right? And then a stunning strike is. You must succeed a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, so it will make its save against which DC?
14.
Okay. That is not a 14, so it fails. Does it have
Okay.
any advantages? No.
And so I'll
Unfortunate.
announce. It's stunned. Now is the time to fight against this, I say, and I'll punch one more time.
Okay. You have advantage on this, since it is now stunned.
Oh. Okay, I'll throw again. Ignore that.
Okay, so 24 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
It already
Oh, it
roll,
did,
so-
yeah, sorry, I didn't see. So yeah, that's 18 points of bludgeoning damage as you essentially, very nimbly, you move between Oberon and Napoleon. Thankfully, Napoleon is not that big. And then you slide into position and immediately just, like, you find the place that should be a weak point on a humanoid. And thankfully, it seems that the imitation is good enough in this creature that it also has the same weak point. So as you hit it, it just kind of freezes up. And you just see, like, one dark eye kind of pointed towards you, trying to get a look at you, but unable to move. And then with the second strike, you just right across the face. And thankfully, because of your training, you know, your hands are kind of coated in this key energy, which prevents you from just, like, breaking your hands on this horrible, hard, glassy, crystalline material. You still have your bonus action. And a little more movement, if you like.
Another one.
Another one.
Another.
And another one.
14?
Advantage.
14 does. Yeah, you do have
Oh,
advantage.
advantage.
Yeah.
Ah, I need to toggle this thing.
14. That's impressive. So yeah, 14 hits for another 8 points of bludgeoning damage. So once again, you follow up. You know, you're standing there, maybe almost like a boxer. You know, you've seen people fight this way. It's maybe not your natural style, but you know, with the target incapacitated, you can easily find open spots that are very vulnerable. And you hear multiple crunches as you impact it with your key power. Okay, would you like to use the remainder of your movement, or do you stay right there?
I'll stay there.
Okay, very good. The star spawn Gru that was wounded by Jean-Jacques is going to take a bite, or try to, out of the golem in front of it. It rolls a 15 to hit.
Misses.
So you once again hear this horrible, it's almost like nails on a chalkboard. It's just like metal or crystalline teeth trying to bite into the metal of the golem, but they maybe were even designed for this very purpose, and they are very resilient against those attacks. Next up, let's see how this lad did. Oh, okay. So, Myra, out of nowhere, you suddenly, out of the right side, which was supposed to be a secure hallway, at least last time you checked last night, leaps another creature. It is going to make its saving throw against your abilities, and it fails. So go ahead and roll the damage again for the Spirit Guardians.
17 points of
Wow.
radiant damage.
Impressive. Okay, so it takes 17 points of radiant damage, but then it will attempt to attack you, and as it was hidden, which I actually forgot to apply previously, it will attack with advantage on the first attack. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
First attack. Okay. Where's my d6s? Here we go. That will be 7 points plus. So you take 7 points of psychic damage initially, and then an additional 9 for 16 total on the whole attack. 16 total. So if you could make your Constitution saving throw for the
11, which
you
should
succeed.
pass.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
next 5 attacks as they begin to unleash. It's going to be a 20 to hit on the second one.
Yep.
That will be a 19 to hit on the third.
Yep.
A 10 to hit on the fourth, so that misses.
Misses.
So 2 hits. 3 hits, I believe, because this is another 20, unnatural. And then the final attack is going to be a 16 to hit.
Just hits.
Okay. So it will deal 4 attacks against you. That is 11 points of psychic damage. Plus 7 makes for 18. Plus 2 makes for 20. Plus 7 makes for 27 points of damage. Each of them is just a DC 10 on your Constitution saving throw, though, because it's separate instances of damage.
So I succeeded my first saving throw. How much damage with all of the attacks?
27 total,
Okay.
if I'm right. Yeah. So yeah, I think it's 4.
And Spirit Guardians is down.
So as Myra gets assaulted by
Hold on.
one
I'm
of
doing math real quick. I'm going to use my Emboldening Bond ability to roll a d4 to my saving throw,
That's good.
which will let me keep it up by giving me 11.
Nice.
Yes.
So you succeed on all the other saving throws?
I needed 3, right?
4. Because
4.
it was
4.
4 hits. 4.
Well,
saving
I did the first one. I did
Well, it was
succeed
5
that
hits
one.
total, but the first one,
Okay.
it
So
only
I've
missed
done
1.
3. So I need 2 more. Now that one fails. I have no
I'm
ability
sorry.
to help it.
It was a good attempt. So for the moment, Myra's wardens disappear. Her friends, once again, no longer visible, although always with her. And this creature just kind of stands over her, slightly taller, and having just clawed away at her with these small strikes, but adding up together to deal quite a bit of damage to Myra. Let's see. We come to Patrick.
Okay, so Napoleon will take an attack against the stunned target.
Sounds good.
It's 20 to hit.
That hits with advantage.
So,
right?
yeah. So he does 11 points of damage. Force.
Okay, nice. Yes.
Then he will step to the side here, like just above Patrick.
Okay.
And then Patrick will step in.
Okay. It will take an attack of opportunity from the the Mangala. That is, however, a 14 to hit.
Just misses.
There you go. So again, you hear the scraping of like horrible claws against Napoleon's armor this time, and failing to break through. Patrick.
Yeah, and then just this is two-handed. This is one-handed. I think Patrick for sure has his shield out.
Mm-hmm. I believe it's also equipped to.
Yeah.
Add to his armor class.
So he will swing out with one of his attacks against the stun target.
Okay.
That is 18 plus 28.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 1d8. That's 13 points of slashing damage.
Damn. That hits. The creature's still standing, but barely.
Okay. Second attack.
So yeah, and in these creatures, as they're being struck, it's like actually cutting flesh, but flesh that's put together wrong. Like the blood is black or purple, and it doesn't seem right.
Yeah, it's 22 to hit for
Also
another
hits.
nice 14 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so Patrick just moves in after Napoleon is struck in this perfect battle sequence that they've probably just instinctively know. So, and as he steps in, the first strike like cuts into the neck, and the creature kind of tries to grunt but is unable to due to being stunned. And then with the second strike, he just lops off the head, and it rolls away into the darkness. And this one goes into the shadows.
Okay.
Good.
That is it from Patrick. He will move to make some room and
Okay.
just flank this creature from the behind, just keeping his shield up and just kind of cornering it on the other side.
Yeah, sounds good. Okay, good job, Patrick. Then, at the top of the round... Now, I need to look in my notes real quick. But at the top of the round, I would like all of you to roll a D100, including Patrick, please.
Okay. First for myself. 25.
25 for Jean-Jacques. Yeah.
Patrick is 100.
100, okay. So Patrick is 100. 17, okay.
56.
56, okay.
And 61.
61. Let me check.
I've never rolled a 100 before.
Okay. Okay, so everyone, you again, you feel a presence. It is nearby, and it is turning its eyes, at least if it had them, towards you. For Patrick, however, please, Nicola, can you roll an additional 2d6, please?
2d6. Okay. 6.
Okay, good. That's just from my bookkeeping for the moment.
Okay.
However, as this thing turns its attention to you, you all hear the same words. And it says, "Your loss was meaningless." And just hisses it, full of hatred and anger and otherworldly fury. And then we move on to Oberon's turn, who seems completely
May I
unfazed.
respond to it?
If you want to use your reaction.
No.
But you can respond on your turn. Oberon, seeing a bit of trouble nearby, is going to consider for a moment. And he is going to... Yes, I think he will do that if I can find it. Well, yeah, I wanted to summon it first. What level is it? I can't. He has too many spells, guys. He has too many
7?
spells. It is 7, yes. So here we go. Yeah, it's just rolling it. Okay, so Crown of Stars, if I'm correct. As he invokes the Crown of Stars, first of all, 7 motes of light appear around his head. 7 pure, brilliant little stars that orbit his head. And then immediately he sends one to streak towards the creature that is attacking Myra with a bonus action. So it will deal 33 points of radiant damage. And essentially he just directs the star like a bullet, and it just shoots through the creature's chest, and it just kind of looks at him with... If you could read an otherworldly creature's emotions, you think this might be terror. But in any case, that is that. And Oberon just casually steps a little to the side. Just one step, just to get a little further away from all the action. And then we come to your guests, your imminent guests. Jumping from the ceiling. This is Barnax, yeah. This one, from the shadows, one of the creatures that was coming towards you guys actually drops down and just begins assaulting Barnax Golem. And
Okay, and I have
yes, you will get to use your attack.
yes.
But yeah. However, it does its attack. Its very first attack comes first because it was hidden. That's, I think, the correct rolling. That is a 22 to hit the golem. So right after that, you hit it back.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me just check. So it's plus 12. Okay.
Because the trigger of seeing it doesn't happen until it attacks.
This is a good roll though. It's a 19, so plus
Nice.
12. That's 31.
31. Nice.
Does it get any more damage because it's such a high roll? No.
No. But still, excellent roll. So, as this one comes down, just like Myra's golem did to the one that attacked Barnack, this creature comes down and immediately your golem just pivots on the spot and cracks part of the creature's face and malformed skull. Now, I'm going to check something real quick.
12. No, that's bad. That's 7. 12 and 7. That's 19 and 7. 19
26.
and 7, 26.
Okay.
26 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, nice.
And how much damage did it?
So it will deal on the first attack 7 points of slashing damage. You wish. Which is non-magical. Keep that in mind.
So that is.
So it's
wait,
immune.
It's immune.
It's
There's
immune?
no-
I thought it was
Nope,
reduced.
it's immune.
Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons that aren't adamantine.
Ah, right. Okay, good. No, that's good to know.
The golem just stands there.
Yeah, so as it comes down, it claws and it tries to get through, and suddenly nothing happens. Which is a notable exception from the weaker creatures, which with their their crystalline structures do seem to be able to potentially damage the golems. But as it kind of impacts and realizes its conundrum, it will immediately begin to rush away and crawls across. So you get an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Good. Yeah. There was
It
no
doesn't
wish.
because it readied its action. So
Oh yeah, it
its
uses the reaction
Right.
to attack. Yeah.
Right. Very good.
So it rushes away, kind of jumps back and forth, and then crawls along the wall to get towards the first flesh target that it can find, which will be Jean-Jacques behind the
I was
golem.
afraid it was going to be Felix.
But I think that triggers Honey's golem, doesn't it?
Yeah. I
Yes.
was about to ask.
Yep. So you can use your reaction to also attack it.
Just like imagining it getting pinballed around these golems.
Yes.
16 to attack.
16 does hit, just barely.
Rolled a 4.
It happens.
Okay.
Damn. So yeah, as it comes rushing in for Jean-Jacques, it takes another blow to the side, and you hear it kind of crash into the wall with a quiet grunt, but then it still leaps forward, and it takes another pair of attacks, not able to use its full attack range anymore. So it will attack you. Wow, that is a an 8 to hit and a 12 to hit.
Misses.
I hit
Even
my
if
life.
you combine them.
Yes, even if you combine them, it still
Yeah.
misses.
So as it comes clawing at you, it's probably actually the golem that has punched it into the wall and it's kind of holding it in place for a moment, and it's trying to claw at you, and you manage to just parry the blows with your sword without any issues. Okay, then out of the darkness comes leaping a final attacker, at least for the moment it seems. And this one does come at Myra's golem, but Barnack, you're probably the only one who has a vision of this. And let me see actually if you see this before it arrives.
15.
Yeah, it does become visible before it actually attacks. But as it attacks, the claws, so it has kind of these sword-like arms, right? And as it does, you watch the whole weapon change color in midair. And as it strikes, suddenly you hear the connection with the metal, and it does seem like it will be able to damage them. They have an adaptive quality to them that seems rather rapid. But it will still have to attack and see if it can hit. That's natural 20, but it was cocked. Twice. Natural 20 cocked. But that's a 19 to hit the golem. Myra's golem. Okay, so on the first one, it will deal 9 points of now magical slashing damage. And on the next two attacks, that is a 21 and a 15 to hit. So the 21 hits, I think.
Yep.
And on the final two attacks, so that's one hit. One more hit, which is a 26. So two more attacks actually connect. Will be 9 points of slashing damage on the first one, and 10 points of slashing damage on the second one. So for a total of... yeah, there you go. Was that 5 or 6 attacks? I did the first one, 1, and then 2 times 2. I think I'm missing one. Right?
I think you missed one, yeah.
Yeah.
If I
Sorry.
calculated as well, you did 5.
I rolled a natural 20 on that one.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's just, yeah, it happened. So that would be 12 plus 5 is 17. Is 20 points of slashing damage on the final attack. So yeah, you guys start to hear this crunching as this one, having adapted now to this particular need, or perhaps they probably already had the adaptations but weren't expecting the golems to be with you, is readapting to them as they have been fighting them elsewhere. And it just begins to claw into the golem, and the golem is trying to like push it away, keeping it at a distance, but it does manage to land 3 very good hits, with the final one kind of getting under part of the golem's armor and ripping part of the armor plate away. Barnack, it is your turn.
Okay. I would like to move away a bit if I can.
Okay.
It can take 1 attack of opportunity.
Right,
That's
it
fine.
can. That is a 13 to hit, however. So that does not hit.
Misses. And while running away, I'll just shoot at it one more time, because if I remember, it looks very hurt.
It looks hurt, not very hurt.
Okay. I will shoot at it once. Let's see. That's 18 plus...
Whatever.
something.
Yeah, that will
Yeah.
hit.
Okay, that's... just check. That is... Yeah, so that's 18 damage.
18 points of damage. Nice. So a good shot as you rush away. The arrow sticks inside of the creature's body, and it fails to hit you in the process, but unfortunately it remains on its feet for the moment.
Okay. And another one then.
Okay.
That's 14.
14. 14, let me check actually. Wow, my brain just blanked. 14 just hits. It's...
Perfect. Okay, good. That was a bad roll, but still. Whew.
It happens.
Yeah. Hold on.
This otherworldly entity likes glass cannon builds.
Okay, I threw my dice, but at the other table, so I have to go get it. Hold on.
Okay.
That's a 6, so that's 10 and 10, that's 20 damage now.
20 points of damage, nice. So yeah, impacts again, and this time you almost pin it back to the wall and you think that you've defeated it, but then it rips itself free, shattering part of the shoulder, but it does remain on one foot, like kind of limping, hanging slightly, but just barely able to still move.
I will then tell it, I will actually taunt it and say, come on, you didn't hit me once, you fucking idiot. And I'll also respond to the thing and just say,
Okay.
fuck off again.
Okay, so Barnack is talking to the creature in front and then just suddenly looks up and goes, fuck off again. Which may or may not be a sign of madness in and of itself, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, then we come to Tani's golem. Unless you would still like to move, Barnack, sorry, just to check.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Okay, good. Tani, your
Perfect.
golem.
Alright.
Okay, it'll direct its slam attacks towards this little creature here.
Yes. Go ahead.
And the other slam. So 22 and 15.
Yes.
22 and 15 both hit.
Yay.
So yeah, actually with the first attack already, just pistons into it and like pushes it into the wall, and you guys, or well, Jean-Jacques, you get a first-person view as it just crushes the head against the wall, and then the golem moves its arm, like gets back into position to move into a different direction, and there's just a body without a head that just flops to the ground and then kind of pulls into nothingness.
I imagine JJ was, as he deflected the two attacks, he like just moved his heel to start a pivot where he like twirls and hits it, and he's like, oh, never mind.
Okay. So the golem can still move and has another attack. I don't know if you could direct it anywhere, but it can still move if you wanted to.
I think it'll just step back a little bit, like for some room, but it'll stay here. Because these thingies sneak past us. Yeah.
Okay. Myra, your golem, what would you like it to do? And then right after is you yourself.
It's going to slam the one Barnack was hitting and the one it hit earlier.
Okay.
First slam is a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So we'll do the damage first in case. And that's 10 and 18, 25.
Alright, so pretty much the same exact technique, probably partially programmed into them. It pushes the creature into the wall, brutalizes the head, and then just turns back to follow your further command.
I'm just going to hit the other one.
There you
If enemy, then head smash.
21 again.
21 also hits. So go ahead and roll the damage for that one.
2, 6 is 8, 15 points of damage.
15 or 50?
15.
Okay, it was a bit whoa. Okay, so with the next
really
attack,
shit.
you guys hear again, and every time these golems move, it's not like the steam golems that where you could clearly hear the pistons being moved by air, but there's still a very mechanical, efficient feel to them as they just move into position, strike, move into position, strike, and they just keep going. And once again, this one's fist connects with this creature's face, if you can call it even that, and makes a good dent in it. But this one's obviously still very healthy. So that's the golem's turn, and then it's yours.
Yep. I'm going to move the spiritual weapon up here, and
Okay.
then swing.
Well, it's 20 feet of movement, right? On your
30.
on the bonus action, is it 20?
Is it 20? I'll double check.
20.
Okay,
I just
then-
remember because 2, 3, but you still managed to move it like over the shoulder of one of the golems, so
Yeah, that's fine.
you can actually attack the adjacent square. Probably actually under one of the arms. Like you have to kind of direct it a little bit, but you managed to get it under one of the arms as it's moving, and
Oh
then
yeah, it is 20 feet.
take the swing.
And I don't remember which dice I rolled.
What do you mean?
So I rolled, and then wasn't looking at my dice tray and I forgot which one I rolled.
Well, then reroll. It's probably faster.
That's fucking shit. And I keep on loading up the wrong sheet. 15 to hit.
15 does hit. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Ooh. 10 points of radiant damage.
Nice. So with the 10 points of radiant damage as your weapon, which I think you said was the same as your mace, typically just a reproduction. So as the mace connects, it just shatters this creature's body and destroys it on the spot.
And then I will aim at the other one with my mace that's next to me.
Nice. All right, go for it.
That's a 15 on the die.
That should hit with a 15 on the die.
Yeah, it's plus 7.
Yeah.
So
22.
8 points of bludgeoning damage.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. Let's go.
And that is my turn.
Okay. So Myra, you direct briefly. You have to look over your shoulder and kind of get a peek at where you're directing the weapon, and you manage to just catch a glimpse of the creature that you're attacking and destroy it, and then suddenly you just whip out the mace yourself and go to town on this one. But this one in front of you is tougher than the other ones, and does manage to stay on its feet. Right. Then we come to one of the last hidden ones, which hid at the start of combat. It is going to continue crawling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Myra, you just see a shape jump over you and land on the other side of you. And as it appears, let's see, it had successfully hidden, so it will attack, in this case, Barnack.
First attack is at a disadvantage because Napoleon will use his reaction.
Then
to
it's a
impose
regular
disadvantage.
attack because it was hidden.
Yeah.
So that will be a 15 to hit you, Barnack, which I think misses. Alright, one more separate. 22 on the second attack.
That hits.
So that's one hit. Then 24 twice. So that's 2 more hits. So 3 hits total.
3.
And wow. Okay. That is 23 and 25 to hit. So 5 hits total.
5 hits total.
Yeah. I rolled 17, 17, 18, 16
Yikes.
on the last 4.
Well, still as if the other one only hit you with half.
So it's 5 points of slashing damage. Plus 6 is 11. Plus 7 is 18. Plus 9 is 26. And the last one, 26 plus 8, will be 34 points of slashing damage as it just begins to tear into you. Napoleon trying, to swipe at the arms. It manages to deflect one of the blows, but the others all come crashing home into you, Barnack.
Okay.
Then, Jean-Jacques, you are next.
Okay, can I play with my golem first? Because it's the same initiative. It does have lower decks.
Yeah, you can. I will say so. If you're on the same initiative, you're controlling both characters.
I slam attack at the one in front.
Okay.
I think it's a plus 12. Let me just double check.
I think so.
Yeah. Wow, it's a natural 20.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the damage for that one with the
4d8, so 32.
No, we max the base ones, right? And then we just roll the extra damage. So you always have the max damage from your base roll.
Yeah.
And then
That's
so 32.
32.
Yeah.
Plus I roll another 48.
Okay. Yeah, I was just reminding you because you said 48.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're rolling it. That's why.
Yeah, I was just calculating the... plus... Wow. 46. Wow. 51. 53. 60 points of damage.
Okay.
For one.
Well, the golem just looks down at this thing and sees an opportunity as it's slightly distracted by something, just puts one foot forward on its head, and then when it puts its foot back, there's nothing. There's not even like a remnant. There's just fine dust on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. And then here, This is a door. Is it open?
Yes, it is currently not open, but it also doesn't look like it's very much locked. It's just closed for the time being.
Okay, so the golem will just take a running start. So
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, and just shoulder slam with it. Yeah, just try to move through the door.
Okay, I mean, it can make a slam attack against the door.
Yeah, it's just do it as a slam attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll the... You don't have to roll the attack, just because it has siege, so this one is also going to be doubled, but just roll the damage, and then we'll double it.
Okay, 11, 13, 20, so 40.
Okay. Yeah, so as the golem arrives, just punches through the whole grate, comes off the hinges, and just slams into the chamber beyond.
Okay.
And it can move through.
25, 30. Try and leave enough room for people to come in.
Okay, 1 second. So you've
get
decided to
fucking
move
swarmed.
this into one combat. That's interesting. I like it.
Oh, well... yeah.
No, that's fine. It has happened now. I just need to move a few characters into visual range.
That was the plan. Maybe I shouldn't have done it.
We have a plan.
Oh, shit, I should not have done it.
No.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, God.
Actually, this works better because your
Does it?
golem will die, and then we will just run.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So, yeah. Hey,
I have to move a few characters.
I did have to move a few characters.
A few.
Yes, and you know, it's the door beyond is actually open to the main chamber. It is open. It's just there's not currently anything coming through, but you get the impression that it very much could be the case.
What have I done?
Disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was Jean-Jacques. So that was your golem's turn. Now it's your turn, and you haven't actually seen much of this yet.
Yeah.
You just know that your golem has followed your command and burst through the door into the next chamber.
Yeah. So, I mean... I will, going with my original plan, I will move my 50 feet of movement up here.
Okay.
Do I see into the room?
You see the outline of just about like one of the hulks and one of the creatures here, and then maybe two more creatures, and the fact that the door up ahead is open. You hear very little. It is surprisingly quiet in the chamber beyond. There's no roaring of fury or any strange sounds. It's eerily silent.
Okay. 1 second. I will unfurl one of the scrolls
Okay.
and cast. Let me just see if this is concentration, isn't it? It is. Fuck. I will unscroll Ice Storm
Okay.
and cast it 100 feet.
Yeah, it's got 300
40
foot
foot
range.
cylinder, centered on a point within range. So, like, can I see, like, here? Like, here?
No, that would like you can see the wall
Right
where
here?
kind of like you haven't broken the wall down, so
Yeah.
your line of sight is kind of limited by it, like
Okay.
so roughly, like a little bit. You can maybe argue that you can crane your neck and see this point, but that's about
Okay.
as far as your line of sight goes.
Okay, let me just double check again. This is a 40 foot height, 20 foot radius. So I'll center it like,
Yeah, but
Here?
that's like 40-foot diameter as well. Okay.
yeah. And 20 foot to each side will essentially get,
You'll probably want to have stepped here then, which is perfectly fine.
yeah. So, yeah, just 20 foot from that point, all the creatures in it
Okay, let me see.
need to make a, well, Yeah, I just cast this because I can cast this level spell. So it's an 18 dexterity saving throw.
Okay, 1 second. I'm trying to get the circle. 40. It's 20 feet across. 20 foot radius, right?
20-foot radius, 40-foot high.
Yeah, so it's 40 feet across, like 20 foot out from the center.
Yeah.
It should be roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this is roughly it.
Okay.
So you wanted to center it here? Roughly.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Then, DC 18. I'm just going to click these. For the one in the bottom and then the one in the middle. 1, 2. So it's a 19 and 26. I think both save.
18 is save, yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah, right. Then Dex 5. Going from left to right. 1, 2, 4.
Jesus.
Wow. 2 saves. Incredible. So yeah, I'll determine that, and then the final one is one that you cannot see yet, but it is there. Oh, okay, it fails with a 12. I rolled it privately by accident, but it's a 12.
Yeah.
So how much damage is that?
It's 4 points of bludgeoning and 24 points of cold damage for the ones that did not save, and then
Okay.
2 and 12 for those that did.
Okay.
So 14 or... Yeah, unless they
so 4 and 24 you said, right?
Yes.
Is the total.
I rolled 4 6s.
Wow.
Like-
4 and 24, so that is...
Yeah, you can't see them all. Yeah, there you go.
So the ones that save will take... oh, actually this... Yeah, no, that's right.
If they don't have resistance, it's 14 and then 26.
Yeah, no, don't give me half numbers because I have to like do quads and stuff. That's why.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. So they both saved, so they will take 7 points of damage. What have I done to myself? Well, you guys insisted on coming here, so it's really your fault. And the ones who fail here are going to fully fail because they don't have the resistances, and even if they save, they took 14 points of damage.
Correct.
So this one is minus 14, and this one is minus 14, and the other 3 are blasted out of existence. Boom. There you go.
And the area is difficult terrain.
Yes, good to know for everyone, right?
Yes. Have to hailstones turn the storm's area of effect into difficult terrain until the end of your next turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. This creature is going to... So that's the end of your turn, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you... Similar to when the golem moved, something else incredibly heavy in the chamber is moving. And it steps over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It fits perfectly. Steps over 2 of its associates. Let's put them, if we can call them that. And it will make its slam attacks against the golem. So both attacks. Wow. A 19 to hit and a natural 20.
We'll hit.
So, natural 20 will be... is this... Actually, I'm rolling the wrong dice. Fuck, I rolled really nicely too. Unlucky. Well, lucky for you guys. Maybe. Yes, it is lucky. Okay, so 8 plus 24 plus 5... 29 points of damage on the crit.
Which is what type of damage?
Magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 29 you said, right?
Yes, 29. And then 9 plus 5 is 14 additional points of magical bludgeoning damage from the second attack.
Okay.
For a total of 43, I think. So yeah, you just hear the loud impacts against metal and something deforming from the hits. you know that your golem is under attack through the telepathic connection that's been established, but other than that, yeah, you're not sure yet. Okay, here, okay, that's fine. It's not going to move yet. This one, it's going to move through the difficult terrain to here. Its claws turn into that greenish color as well, gaining the same hue as the other ones for their adaptation. If you see it, I think you can kind of see it through the doorway behind the golem.
Yeah.
And it will make its 6 attacks. So, first one is a 13 to hit, misses.
Miss.
A 9 to hit, fails. Wow, that is that's a cocked 12. So let me re-roll that. And that's a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Okay, the other one was a natural 20, so that's 1 hit. And 20. Oh, sorry, 19 and 21.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Okay, so 3 hits, one natural 20.
That's 6, no? Okay. No.
Yeah, 6 attacks from the smaller creature.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's a horrible crit roll. So it will deal 14 points of slashing damage on the regular hit. Oh, sorry, on the crit. And then on the others, it will deal additional. So 14 plus 7 is 21, plus 6 is 27. 27 points of magical slashing damage. Okay, so that was your golem. Has already gone. And then, yeah, now there's a lot of stuff for me to do.
Yeah.
Because this all triggered at once. But, there we go. You just hear another large shape moving, but you're not sure what it's doing. This will... It's gonna move up here. They're not all rushing into danger immediately. One second. And this one will come 5, 6, 7, 8. These are dead. This one will move back. Okay. This one is there. This will come here and attack your golem again. It will have 1 attack. That is a 17 to hit.
Just hits.
Wow. These little this is the first time one of the little ones actually hits something.
Yeah.
The target must succeed on a DC 10 Wisdom saving throw, or attack rolls against it have advantage until the start of this creature's next turn.
Okay. Wisdom. Oh, I got no brain. Nope.
Oh. 2 and 2 is 4. So it takes 5 piercing damage.
Magical.
Yes. From the crystal structure. And attacks against it have advantage. Oh boy.
Yeah. That's good.
So the final one before Barnack's golem. This one, can it make it there is the question. It can. So comes rushing up, and it will also take its 6 attacks. Remember, they can't do these 6 attacks always. You've seen them kind of rush into combat, they attack, and then they slow down. So you gather it may be good to have a lot of these particular attacks going into your golems rather than you.
Yeah. You counted those 2 squares as difficult terrain, right?
Yes, but it has a fuck ton of movement speed.
Yeah.
but it only just got there. Yeah, just barely.
Elbowing for any sort of...
Yeah, no, it just barely got there, but it only moved through the two, through the one real square of difficult terrain, and then landed on the next one. So that is a 22 to hit. Oh, with advantage.
Right?
Yeah. Ooh, that's 25 to hit. So first attack 25. Second attack is a 22. That's a 24. That's 11.
Misses.
So misses. And that's a 17.
Just hits.
So that's 5 hits, right?
One more.
Oh,
yeah.
one more. That's a 14 to hit, so misses. 2 misses, 4 hits.
4 hits.
So that is 5 points of slashing damage, plus 6 is 11, plus 12 is 23, plus 6 is 29. I rolled max damage on one of those. So 29 points of slashing damage, and you all now hear the sound of metal being ripped into by several creatures up ahead in the chamber into which JJ's golem went. Barnack, your golem, what would you like it to do?
It will just rush in further as well.
Okay.
It will try to, get somehow next to the other one if it can.
Yeah, you can kind of it can kind of occupy the door. You won't. Yeah, exactly.
Basically that. Yeah, and it will just push that little thing out of the way. I don't remember what you called it. The crystal thing.
A grue.
Yeah. A grue. It will hit it out of the way.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
That is since it has plus 12, I'm guessing it hits with 9, so that's 21.
21 hits. Yes.
Yeah. 1, 2. Okay. That is 7 and 9, so it's 16 plus 7, 23.
Okay, so yeah, with the first punch, it just kind of cracks through the creature, and immediately, well, actually, you guys don't see this, so I can't give much more context, but yeah.
But does the creature die?
Yes, it does die.
Okay, then it can get there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it will stay there, and then with the other attack, just crush the other creature as well.
Okay.
Try to. Yeah, that's 29.
Okay. 29. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, plus 12, yeah.
Yeah, they are formidable creatures. I mean, they've been holding off this invasion for a long time, so they kind of have to be, right?
It's 10, and it's 4, so that's 10 and 4 is 14, and 7, 21.
21. All right. Yeah, that will also crush another one, so that one also splinters to dust.
Grue paste.
Yep. And is gone.
And it will stay there.
Okay. Now we are at Tani's turn. We'll do Tani's turn and then we'll finish.
It won't move. It'll stay there.
Okay. So Tani, your turn as the final turn of the night.
I'll focus on this one, and try to stun that one too.
Okay.
At first.
Well, yeah. See if you hit.
If my punch even hits, yeah.
Yeah.
22.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
All right. So it will make its saving throw. Ooh, that is a high saving throw. That is a 21 on the save. So you do expend the key point. It actually manages, and you again get that sense of adaptation. It moves itself out of the way enough that you still connect, but that you can't hit the weak spot that you had identified earlier. Nice. You were hitting the weakened one already, right? Or the healthy one?
The one that just appeared.
The one that just appeared. Okay, good. So that will be 8 first, and then your strike here. So that's actually 6 on the base, and then your roll is 5. So 11 plus 3 plus 1 is 15 points of damage on your crit. Nice. Do you want to try to stun him again? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Then oh wow, I rolled the same roll again, 21 on the save. Sorry.
They do really adapt.
Yeah, my dice also apparently. But you still have your bonus action and movement. What would you like to do?
I'll use another key point to make it flurry of blows, I guess.
Okay. Go
If
for
I
it.
can't stun him, then I'll just keep on hitting him.
You are being very effective. You've done some significant damage, and you feel like the kind of bones cracking, the bones that shouldn't be there in places. Unfortunately, on the third strike, it does manage to kind of push you away, or like it hampers your attack with its blade hand. But then with your follow up, you're just so fast. The flurry of blows does connect. You do an additional 8 points of bludgeoning damage as your key enhanced strike just hits, and it's almost like that movie moment where the extra sound effect just poof, and you can see the creature kind of getting shoved back almost into Barnack before recovering. Would you like to move? Just asking.
No, I'll stay here.
All right, cool. Then next time we'll pick it up with the further attacks. But for now, GG. Thank you guys for playing and for surviving.
I'm so low on health already.
I love you guys, and stream, we love you. We will see you next time. Simon, thank you for hanging out with us as always. We will see you next Sunday, or no, actually the Sunday after, because next Sunday unfortunately Milos can't be here, and we really want everyone to be here for the full combat, so we will be back in 2 weeks. No, don't be sorry, it's life happens, but we really want you here and we love you, so we will postpone, and in 2 weeks we'll be back with hopefully the conclusion of our insane madness. My insane madness, anyway. In the meantime, thank you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.